So my idea of faith, I sort of reject it, because I'm not sure. I sort of say bah humbug to faith, because to me it's like wishing for. and you're talking about a whole different kind of faith here. I get that. So besides faith as wishing for.
Before you skip over that one, Josh, let's ask why you considered faith to be something you were wishing for.
From a sense of lack.
So you have a sense of lack, and you don't see any way to fulfill it. And so faith has no meaning. Is that the idea?
That's about it, yeah. It's like measuring all the shortcomings and failures and sins and all the rest, and not a clue how to fix that.
Isn't this, we can all recognize where we're going here, can't we? The ultimate dichotomy. Where would I ever go to fix this place of lack? Which means that faith has no meaning. And yet, what is the purpose of faith? The purpose of faith is to show us that we do have an alternative. We do have something to fill that place of lack. Because, in fact, it's telling us that place of lack doesn't exist. What about the rest of us? Let's take a closer look at what faith really does mean to us.
To piggyback on what Josh was just saying, it's all the efforts I've done to cover or to maneuver around this sense of lack or of sin. And what the Course has been so good at doing for me is that truth will prevail. And so it's getting clearer and clearer, all my will isn't getting me there. I keep swimming in the same sewer with all my efforts. So faith is like the bridge that I can let go of the reins, and there's a gap that, if I can just do nothing for an iota of a second, what will be there?
We were talking about this in the Bellevue Course in Miracles group last week, faith. And one of the things that helped me was to associate it with trust. Because there's a context to faith that makes me squirm.
Yes, for all of us, partner.
But trust, I feel much more comfortable with.
Tell us why.
I was trying to do that, trying to clarify that so I could do that when I spoke. But to me, the context of faith that makes me squirm is an effort, working at something. Trust is just letting something.
That's great.
The faith that I'm uncomfortable with is a closing, and the trust that I'm comfortable with is an opening.
So, if you were to allow trust to replace or to be synonymous with faith, what would justify your trust? You're really saying there's nothing to justify my faith. That's why you're looking for an alternative answer.
No, not quite. It's the way you approach it, the way I would approach it. If I approach faith, it's something I have to work at. If I approach trust, it's something I can just let be.
Okay,
One involves resistance and the other doesn't.
okay, so where are you going, I'll still ask the same question. Where are you going to find a justification for your trust?
There isn't one. It's just it's an inclusion,
And
not
what
an
is,
exclusion.
and what is faith?
The connotation of faith that I'm uncomfortable with is an exclusion. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. Trust to me is I'm going to do it all.
You see, the truth is,
Okay.
whether you call it faith or whether you call it trust, we're looking for a bridge from something the ego believes to what is true. Okay? That's where we're trying to go with this. There's no bridge. There is no bridge between what the ego believes and what is true. None.
And that's what I trust.
Right. So completely different.
And that's why you trust.
That's what I trust.
And where are you getting that trust?
From A Course in Miracles.
No. We are given the bridge because we are given the bridge because we need a justification for our faith or our trust. And the bridge is the Holy Spirit. So what we are really looking at when we're talking about faith is a presence within us that totally supersedes the ego's belief.
And the Holy Spirit gives us the confidence.
So the Holy Spirit is our faith because it is the bridge between the ego's perception and what is true.
And the ego keeps saying, I have to go someplace and do something.
Right?
And the truth says, we are.
See it this way. The ego is trying to change, and the Holy Spirit is saying, let me show you how to see it another way.
Does the ego want to change, or does the ego want to be validated?
The ego wants to change constantly, but it doesn't want to change. It wants to rearrange. You remember what Brother said to us one time? He said, you have a marvelous way of wanting to rearrange your illusion,
That's wonderful.
Constant.
but nothing changes.
I've heard it said rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic.
Maybe I'll say it.